Hi.
Hello!
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the sauna.
Furness TV discussed episode 2.
I could have sworn to turn the heat off in this building. Did they or did they not?
I don't know.
I don't know either. It's hot in this house. I swear to God. I already need an air conditioner.
I don't
No, you don't. No. I have one too, you know. That I can do.
No! Okay.
Hi.
Hold on for a second.
No. That's a bit chilly. Get out of there.
Cold!
Cool
That's
me
what
out.
we do to each other.
It cooled me out a little bit. Now, I need to get on here more. Thank you.
Why?
Because
I'm gonna start this show.
only in your head.
Hey!
Welcome to our crazy show. Today is Sunday, May 2nd. I say that because every day is the same, and I don't know what day it is most of the time, and I've gone crazy.
Too late. They need help.
Yeah, well, that's true too.
New glass. I got new glasses. Different things from last week.
It didn't help him. He's still dumb. No. Are you having fun?
You are just don't be insulting me, okay?
Oh, why? It's my job.
No, it's not. Anyway, we got great way to start. This is weird way to start. So we got 3 topics to talk about:
Whoa.
wrestling, our main story, and our storytelling. And believe me, when it comes to story time, I'm looking forward to telling my story. I know she is looking forward to telling her story.
Yep. Anyway.
But anyway, let's get down to the first line of business. We got wrestling. Now, for this week's wrestling topic, we're going to talk about AEW. Now, this
is where I cut in. If you recall last week, we were discussing all the different various shows. And I had said that I was watching wrestling on Monday and Tuesday and Friday. I did not need to see the one on Wednesday, which is AEW. I said I was not going to watch that show on Wednesday. But
she watched it on Wednesday.
There was nothing else on, okay? So I happened to flip over to the channel. Big mistake because of what we're going to be talking about, what's going on this week.
This week is a big week for AEW because this week marks the premiere of a special event on Dynamite. It's called Blood and Gut. Seem violent? It is, but it's very creative. It's pretty much a war version of War Game from WCW days, and it's done the original way, which is going to be a cage which has a roof over it, surrounding the ring. It's going to put around not 1 but 2 rings, and what happened is 2 teams. The Inner Circle, led by Chris Jericho, battled against the Pinnacle, led by Michael J. Freeman, MJF.
Uh-huh.
They're a team of 5, and they're competing in this style matchup. Now, here's the rule. 2 men, 1 from each team, will start, and they'll compete for 5 minutes. Every 2 minutes, the next will start at random from whatever team, from the next team, one team, comes in, and it continues on until all team members have been involved. Now, as we found out last week on Dynamite, the Pinnacle are going to have the man advantage, which means when the 5 minutes is up, 1 member of Pinnacle will come in, and then next 2 minutes, it'll be one of the Inner Circle, and back and forth until all members of both teams have entered.
Now, here's a side note about Chris Jericho. He's Canadian. He's a really good wrestler, and I've always liked him. When he was a heel, I didn't really care for him as much, but we had gone to see WWE when they came to London, and it was a really good show. But Chris Jericho was on, and at that time, everybody was booing him because he was bad guy. Not me. I was so happy to see him that I was just a cheering and yelling and carrying on. Next thing I know, for the next 4 days, I had no voice. Now, that tells you how much I like this dude, okay? Because he's so good and he's so sexy.
Good
And I like
grief.
him.
But meanwhile, after all members of both teams, moving on, after all members of both teams have entered, then we get to the final part, where the only way to win is by submission or by surrender. This is pretty much not gonna be pretty.
It can get pretty harrowing because you're in a steel cage. Steel hurts when you land on it.
And not only that, they could bring in weapons, and depending on how they're doing the cage, if they're going to be opening or rounding it, I don't know how they're going to do it. This is the first time they've done the blood and guts. I know in WWE NXT brought War Game, they had no roof. So we don't know how they're going to do there. It could be interesting. And somehow, at some point, someone's going to bring in weapons.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Steel chair, kendo stick, whatever kind of stuff, just for fun. Like, not brewing up.
I've discovered that people who enjoy wrestling are really sadistic and sadism.
Well, so
because they just love seeing people get beaten up and broken down and falling off of tables and chairs and ladders. And hey, it is fun, okay? We're warped people. We really are.
I know. But the card itself, all right. The card had a good... That's just the main event. The card itself also has some epic ones.
Yeah.
Including Cody Rhodes versus QT Marshall of the Factory. This has been going on for a while. And there are other matches. It's going to be a good night of action.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good... And every time I turn around, they were adding another one. And I'm thinking, oh, great. I don't want to watch this show. No, please don't do this to me.
And one of the other matches is a tag team match between Michael Nakazawa teaming up with the AEW and Impact World Champion.
You're not born, just tired.
Kenny Omega. He's also the AAA Mega Champion. He holds 3 world titles from 3 different organizations. And they're going to be taking match again. Team up Eddie Kingston and John Moxley, formerly known as Dean Ambrose.
I probably won't watch the show that often, but every now and then, yes, there will be a show that I will want to catch. And stop smiling because I'm not watching it every Wednesday.
Are you? Yeah.
I'm not watching it. I'm not watching it every Wednesday. Do I watch Monday Night Raw every Monday? No. Do I watch SmackDown every Friday? No. I watch it when I want to.
Yeah, but NXT you watch every Wednesday.
That one I can watch every time because it's always good.
But what if AEW is always good? I mean, I've been intrigued by the last couple episodes.
Unfortunately, it has a couple wrestlers in there that I really like and already see in there, and that's not going to help any.
Well, one of the other really cool things that I noticed about AEW is that it seems to rely on Darby Allin, who is the TNT champion. Yes, they have a championship name after the television channel that they're on. But they seem to put a lot of trust on Darby Allin, the main event, week after week after week after week. Defending the title 5 consecutive weeks.
Yeah.
Incredible. Including a fall count anywhere match against Matt Hardy.
Now, that's not the only thing that's going on this week. I mean, this Friday on SmackDown, it's going to be fun, too.
It's a retro week. And this past Friday night on SmackDown, we just had an incredible main event. Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan for the Universal Champion. If Daniel Bryan loses, he's out. The match was incredible. Great action and drama. The match ended with no interference.
Which is a miracle right now with that.
I know.
Because Roman Reigns doesn't seem to do any kind of competition in the ring without having interference.
Like from Jey Uso.
This was amazing.
But it was a great, solid, good wrestling match that was fantastic. In the end, it looked like we know more that Cesaro may be the number one contender. because now they made it personal.
You look like you're going to hit me in the face. You know that? I mean, you're always doing this. Ow, not my hand. Not my hand.
So anyway, that's pretty much happening in AEW and WWE. Also, there's a lot of chaos going on. WrestleMania Backlash, triple threat match for the WWE Championship coming up, and it's just gonna be a great week of action. NXT too, it's gonna be fantastic. Because they have their tag team street fight for the women's tag team NXT Women's Tag Team Championship, and fall Kevin match between Isaiah Swerve Scott versus Leon Ruff. That's going to be good.
Yeah.
The great action all around.
The unique thing right now is when I say WWE seems to be taking over the world, A&E this on Sundays lately have been showing a biography on various different wrestlers. They did Stone Cold Steve Austin. They've done
Ultimate. They done Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
And tonight they're doing on Michael Ray Randy Savage.
Yeah.
They also have a series called the WWE Most Wanted Treasure, where they're looking for artifact that they want back.
So it's unusual for that, but between biography and WWE, they both do really good documentaries. So
well, WWE Studio is evolving this one.
Well, yeah, it would have to be really.
Yeah.
So, but it's gonna be an interesting week. And they're talking about a person here who which you'll find out later. I would never.
You'll find out later because that's one of my. I'll get spoiler alert. My story will be how Mom got into wrestling. The day got the wrestling tickets. 2008 SmackDown televised show.
The day that it'll live in infamy.
Anyway, that's it for wrestling segment. Now it's time to go to our main topic. Take it away.
Okay, now the main topic this week, like as we know last week with the pandemic, this week we're going to try another little fun topic. The U.S. politics. Now, I know we're Canadian. Who cares what's going on down there? And we should care because a lot of the stuff that goes on down there does affect us. Sort of thing.
Yeah.
Whether it's economically or even just socially in a way. But right now, people say that Canadian politics and elections are very confusing. Oh man, ours is so simple compared to what they go through.
I think you only got one thing to vote for.
Every 4 years, this is what they have to go through. They got to go through an entire while and just elect who's going to run for the office of president. And each party has to do this. So you have the two kind of elections going through everywhere. Then they have to, at that point, then they start actually running for president. It takes 2 years to do this. They're only in power for 4 years, and every 2 years, they get to go through an election.
It's called midterm, and midterm are coming up in 2022.
Yes. Now midterms are different. They're not for president. They're
for senators and
governors,
pretty much the meat and potatoes of the party.
But you have the main two parties there. You have the Democratic Party, which is a good party. I like them. They're like our liberals. But they don't always have a lot of teeth. Like they don't really push what they want to do. They seem to let the Republicans run over them a few times. Then there's the Republican Party, which unfortunately is a circus. And that's being kind.
It's a circus.
Because they have, right now down there, the Democratic Party decided to pass a bill that would give everybody a whole bunch of help during the pandemic. You would think the Republican Party would want to do that, but no, they didn't vote for it at all. Why? Because it was a Democratic reason. If it was a Republican reason, well, sure, they would do it. But they have already stated in their mind and out loud that they're not going to vote for anything that Biden wants to do because it's not theirs. It's for Democrat.
No, let me step out. Let me tell my opinion. This is all opinion. We're trying.
Oh, hell yes.
Because we are Just
I mean,
that.
I live on YouTube and I watch a lot of these political things, so I have a somewhat idea of what's going on down there, and it's bizarre.
Yeah. Look at the Republican Party. They want to lie. Look at it up there. You see later CNN. I mean, Fox News. Oh, Fox News. Tucker Carlson needs to go away. So the Republican needs to go away. I mean, we're talking about saying that the election was rigged. Still complaining about fraud in the election, even though it was like months ago.
It's just crazy. So
don't forget the insurrection happened in January 6th.
I know it's just. I mean, I'm hoping that it would be nice if sometime they could actually grow up and actually do their job. I'm just thankful I'm not living down there. I am so thankful I'm not living down there.
The Republican Party growing up is never going to happen.
No, as one person I heard this morning say that basically he's hoping that they'll just die out and start anew.
Yeah, and to tell you the truth, I kind of agree with that.
Because that's the only way they're going to get anywhere. I'm not going to say who it is because, but I do, this proves I actually do listen to these people, and I kind of agree with what he said.
There are a couple that be like, they're really good. They know what they're talking about. They've done their research, and
they're really good. So, but I mean, I know the people down there are really nice people, and but I would not want to live down there.
When you look at the history itself, and you got to look at their gun laws and all of the history, their racist stuff. I mean, let's look at the election laws going on across the United States, including one that will actually ban people from giving out food and drinks
during line
during lineup for voting.
Who does that? Why?
The only reason why they're doing it because what we think is because of the fact that the majority of the people who wait in the long lineup are
colored.
Yep, they're colored
or immigrants.
They aren't the
but I mean the whole thing is just insane. Now, also the other thing too is like with they go on like we think that our elections go on for like maybe 6-8 weeks. Oh my God, that's so long. Like I say, it takes about 2 years to get through this whole process, and they just get in, and then they go maybe 1 year into it, and then they gotta start the whole cycle over again. They're always constantly in election mode.
And don't forget, we only got Kennedy got shit. We only got maybe 2 or 3 of those debates.
Well, yeah, but that's because they have so many people.
Yeah,
but that's good, actually.
They got so many.
Well, yeah, that's good in one sense. I mean, they do get a whole bit, but I mean, like I'll take our elections at any time. I mean, it may be boring, but at least it doesn't take as long. It doesn't cost nearly as much as theirs do. But I had family living down there at one time. A bit, but thankfully they have all left the country. Yay! They've gone back down to the Bahamas where they were living and were from. And I have a friend who lives down there, and hoping and praying she can get back up to Canada eventually soon. But I have been down there a couple of times on with trips. Like I spent a couple of days in New York City back when I was in high school, and I absolutely loved it. Although I was terrified. I'd love to go back there now that I'm older and braver. But at that time, I was in grade 11, and the school trip. It was a lot of fun.
There would be one place I wouldn't mind going to.
Let me guess, Nashville.
Bingo. Yep, Nashville, Tennessee. I love to watch the Grand Ole Opry.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
My ultimate dream was to be able to take a train all across Canada, all over Canada, and go over through into some of the United States.
But let's get back to the United States in politics, because we got to mention the fact that history was made again back in November. We found out that Joe Biden would be president and Kamala Harris became vice president, the first woman of color and Asian.
And when he had his, when Joe Biden went on and spoke to everybody on a couple nights ago, they had two women behind him. That has never happened before.
That is crazy.
That is absolutely amazing.
And what else great also is the funny about Kamala Harris, the Americans don't realize, she actually had been to a school in Quebec.
Montreal.
In Montreal, yeah. And
So
it's really cool. And she has a little bit of Canadian impact. As the story goes, just not thinking, I don't know if it's true or not, but that may have started her love of getting involved in fighting for the right.
So,
back when she was in Quebec.
I know. So, but I mean, this week, like we're talking about. Next week, we're gonna delve into some of the
lighter story.
Yeah, and eventually we'll talk about. Well, actually, now that we talked about American, I think it's only fair we talk about Canadian politics.
Oh boy,
where do we begin?
We'll talk about that next week.
Yes.
After that, now let's get down to our story time.
So I went first last week, so I'm gonna let you go first this week.
Oh my, with pleasure. My story takes me back to 2008. I was even before I went out in 2007 because it all began when I found out when Mr. Duffy, wrestling.
Well, even before then, when you snuck in, you snuck in and got a couple people review.
Yeah, way back 2005, I started watching wrestling accidentally when I was flipping to the TV channel and got into TSN when the time was on Raw. And seeing Matt Hardy and Edge collide, and Matt Hardy doing a side of it up the set into the like a wire, and whoa! I was like, whoa, it was cool. Yeah, I did snuck in and ordered the reviews. I know, guilty. Oops. Should know better.
He didn't do it again.
But the first trouble for you was 2007, when unfortunately because of Donald Trump, you ordered WrestleMania 23.
Yes.
But when I was grade 9, and there was an event called the Screws Campaign, and we do a scavenger hunt. And I'm looking at the list of stuff, and one said WWF action figure. I'm like, wait a second, that got wrong. It's not WWF, it's WWE. So I decided to have a coordinator that want Mr. Duffy. And that's when we knew we became a wrestling fan. He's a really nice teacher. Never taught me a course, but a really nice teacher. So we get to the point, we get to the fun part. The wrestling event coming up in 2008, televised show, SmackDown ECW, was going to be at the JLC. Ignore that.
No, I'm not. Keep talking, huh?
Meanwhile, going to be at the JLC, and me Duffy saying you should go. Now, Mom only tolerated wrestling at the time.
Oh yeah.
I don't like or Rumble Pay Reviews and WrestleMania 24 of that year. I said I can't. Wait. A couple of days later, we don't have anybody to do the content on BS93. Guys enter the content. I said I can't really. What else do I can't? One day in class, I was in gym class, and we were in the weight room, and we're doing weight, lifting weight, pretty much doing, the good stuff, fun stuff. And then Mr. W comes by, goes to Mr. Nielsen, and he needed to see me. Okay, so Mr. Nielsen and I are coming, and Mr. Duffy and I are walking. We're walking on wrestling. I go down and follow him right to the math office, where Miss Loney, who ended up teaching me math, would come over, get me posters for the event, and 2 front row seats to the televised show. We were right near the stage. Now, Mom had to go.
Yeah, but I told him, look, I'm going to go. I'm going to sit there, let you have fun. When this is all done, we'll leave.
But by the end of the event, she's like,
Okay, when's the next show? I'm coming. Now, it was fun because he kept trying to warm up with the pyro because this was live.
Yeah, can I explain that story? Because it's my story time.
Yes, it is. I'm sorry.
And one boy, the one wrestler Kane, who is now a WWE Hall of Famer. I can't believe that.
As well, Mayor.
Yeah, but story. But okay, but Kane cut pyro, and a long time it comes out of nowhere. Boom! But when he do the ring, he'll do the thing where he'll raise his arm, and then when he raises it down like this, pyro will shoot out from the rope, to the corner, to the post. Well, I'm warning Mom that I know about this. And I'm warning Mom, cover here, because I know you're going to do this, you're going to do this. Come here. Too late. Boom.
I went flying.
No kidding.
Oh.
We was really crazy. I did not know how loud pyro was at the time until the event. But it was such a cool event. Now, for EW, they were celebrating the 100th televised episode of the WWE ECW era. For SmackDown, they had just came off of a SmackDown where Vicky Guerrero stripped The Undertaker of the World Heavyweight Championship. So we need to know a man who's going to face The Undertaker for the vacant title at Judgment Day. So former World Heavyweight Champion, former United States and current United States, and former EW and current EW champion were battling up individual matches. Winner of the matches goes into the Battle Royal. Winner of the Battle Royal will face The Undertaker at Judgment Day. Now, Ed could not be in the match because of medical reason. So we get to the main, and after all this cool stuff, we get to our main event. And the final two, we had a Big Show and Batista. They both were over the top row, but Big Show was eliminated. Batista won. Yay, he won. Here comes Vicky Guerrero, who apparently just told that apparently Edge had now been medically clear. He didn't have to go through the elevation. He just had to go into the mat. But he was all the way over the top rope. Eliminated Edge, Batista. Edge wins. And we go, and he goes over to the corner, he goes over to the belt. And he's so cocky, like, all right, I'm going to beat Undertaker. Yeah. But then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Lightning struck the belt. It's on fire. He heard the gong on the Undertaker. He ran the way.
I'm all excited. I think I'm going to get a chance to see the Undertaker. Oh, well.
But it was cool, though.
Yeah, it was. Now, the area we were sitting in was fun because I called it the danger zone.
Yeah. Now, the fun thing about this is that actually with a bonus feature, a recap of it, was actually a bonus feature in the Judgment Day 2008 DVD. It said Chase for the Gold, Friday, May 9th, 2008. But I know it was taped Tuesday, May 6th. As we got a recap of the event that we saw on the Judgment Day 2008 DVD.
It was very cool.
Really a cool moment.
And like I say, ever since then, I've been going to all the events that they've come into here. And unfortunately, with the pandemic, we haven't had any for quite some time now. But I know eventually they'll come back here, hopefully. And then when they do, we'll go back.
Yeah. I had another story, too. I bring up Danger Zone. Me and Ian were in the Danger Zone.
Oh, yeah.
SmackDown's Dawn televised show. And Alberto Rio asked me over our railing right close to us. Whoa. This is man between Alberto Rio and Sheamus for the World Heavyweight title. But that's for another story. Now that I've done my story, let's see what this crazy lady got for her story.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Okay. My story is about my wonderful sister Linda. Now, unfortunately, she died a year ago today. She had dementia. She didn't die of COVID. She just died of complications from dementia.
Dementia, yeah.
And that. And we did one of the first shows I had done in my own show. I did a show in tribute to her because we were very close at one point. she was my big sister. Now, mind you, she died in her 79th year, and I'm 59 now. So there was a quite a few number of years between us, and she lived for most of my life in the Bahamas. So when she would call, and I would get a chance to talk to her there, or when she came to visit, she would stay with us. But I'm talking with this one particular time when she was up for a visit, and she was staying in my room. And at the time, I was watching Starsky and Hutch, and I had posters of Starsky and Hutch all over my room because I was really into Starsky and Hutch.
Okay.
Apparently, she was too, so she really enjoyed that. But she had this wonderful nasty habit. She liked perfume, Charlie perfume in particular. And I used to like this stuff. I notice the word used to. There's a reason for that. Because this woman would not just spray it on lightly. I swear she bathed in it. So my room would smell like Charlie the rest of the day. I had a hard time getting rid of the wonderful scent of the Charlie. And like after 3 weeks of this, I just didn't like Charlie perfume anymore. It was just a little too much. It was funny because, like I say, Linda lived in the Bahamas, and there was one time, her kids were up visiting us, and up here in the summertime. This is when I lived over on Riverside, across from the Kellogg Park, and we were having a great time. And she came up to visit one time, another time, but while she was here, I see what you're doing. I didn't do it to you when you were talking, so knock off. Maybe my thought here. That doesn't take much these days. But she would come to visit all the time, and that. But what was the other one I was going to tell you?
What?
She was here. Oh, I know what it was. Now, she was here one time for we were having a family get together. My brother Morris was getting remarried up in Ottawa, and I got to go to it. And for some reason, even though I have traveled by train several times, my family was under the impression I didn't know what I was doing, so everything was so coordinated for me. It was not the kind of nice for a change, but still, a little condescending. But I didn't care. Obviously, they were paying for my trip, so why would I care? So we're on the train, and we're traveling along, and it was a nice time. And we get to the hotel. We were only staying 2 nights just for the wedding. Well, Linda and I were in one room, and my brother Richard and his wife Carol was in the other room with an adjoining door. Uh-oh. So we're in there, and Linda had a nice the queen size bed to herself because nobody slept with her. She didn't like anybody sleeping with her. I had the rollaway couch, which was very comfy, but it was also dangerous. Here's why. One morning, she had gone up to go, and she was going to take a shower. The one morning, and and my bed was still out, and I went to sit down on the bed. I sat at the wrong spot because next thing I know, the couch was folding inward, and I was going to be folded into the couch. Now, I really wish that we'd had somebody filming this because I know I would have won some money on America's Funniest Video because it was the most hilarious thing. So I'm in there, and I cannot get out. So I'm yelling for Linda to come and help me.
Help, 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 help.
She comes out, and she sees me. And instead of helping me, she just started laughing. And I mean, in hysterics, she's laughing.
Of course.
Which brought my sister-in-law in from the other room to see what was so funny. And she saw me in there, and she started laughing too. And I'm
no sympathy.
And I'm just sitting in there thinking, please, God, just somebody get me out of this damn bed. And I said, can you guys stop laughing and get me out of this? I mean, it was really hilarious, okay? But I'm the one stuck in the bed.
Of course.
So they managed to get me out of there, and that's great. Now, the night before, the day of the wedding, the morning, the day before, actually, Linda had wanted me to have some makeup for the wedding. And I didn't really have any because I don't really wear a lot of makeup. I would wear more, but he doesn't like it, and apparently he's a pain in the ass when he doesn't like something. So we go over to the nearest Star Wars Toy Mart, and she gets me all kinds of makeup, and she whole bit. And so the day of the wedding, in the morning, she dolls me up in this nice, beautiful makeup, and my hair is done up just nice. She wanted me to look really nice for this wedding, and I did. I looked really, really nice. But it was, to me, that was really one of the things I liked about Linda. I mean, we had our problems at times, yeah. So everybody does, but she was my big sister, and growing up, I idolized her, and she had a lot of times she would stick up for me and everything. So I really really do miss her. Um, Wake up! I didn't fall asleep.
I am. What are you? I was closing my eyes.
You were falling asleep.
No, it wasn't.
So, but I really, like I said, I really do miss her, and we have not had a chance to really do anything for her in a memorial way. I just want her to know that um, I'm thinking about her all the time, and at least I know up in heaven she's no longer in pain. She probably has all her memory and faculties back, which is great, and she gets to sit there and play cards and probably a lot of cribbage with my other sister Carol, because those two were very close in age. So, but that's my story for this week.
Well, that's how you gotta wrap it up and time for a final thought. For my final thoughts, all I can say is wow. What week it's been, I mean, for both of us. We've done a lot. The church's been great. They started doing the Zoom things I love.
Oh yeah, it was great this morning.
Oh my goodness. And for me, something I needed. A void to fill the spot with awesome group at top, and I have something else to look forward to.
And I'm going to turn the fan on again because it's hot in here.
Welcome to the sauna here on
Oh
Furness
my
TV.
goodness, it's hot.
Like,
There's no breeze. Naturally, Friday there was a lot of breeze, and
yeah,
oh my god, it was.
Friday was bad. I had to go. I was out to Stop at Drum Mart and at Wonderland and Fanny Park Road. Windy. My face shield almost blew off.
Try driving a scooter in that wind. The scooter is old, so the battery doesn't last like it used to, and the wind was making it drop like a stone. Oh, I barely made it home, and that's with charging it downtown for 45 minutes. I'll impress you.
No, just excuse me for a moment.
I don't know.
I have to do this for a second.
No, you don't. That's cold, by the way. I'll punch you. No, back my pop.
No, I don't touch you.
Back my pop.
No, I know what you're gonna do. I know we're crazy evil here. Hey, stop it! Want you out back?
Yeah, I do.
Then don't tickle me.
Anyhow, that's our show for the day.
Yeah.
I'm not ticklish. Haha. Aw. So sweet. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mom's the one fingers back. Thank you for much watching. We'll see you next week. Don't miss this Thursday for game night. My choice. Don't miss it.
Should be fun.
Oh boy, have fun.
And don't forget to watch the one we did last Thursday. It's out there.
Oh yeah,
I put it out on Facebook for those who want to find it that way as well.
It's a board game bonanza. We played 4 games of Sorry and 2 games
of a new game.
Of a match as a 5 of a really cool board game. You'll find about that.
And so
from all of us here and from our great home, I'm on Furness.
And I'm Evan Furness.
This is Furness TV Discuss. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
How long is this one?